If you're a coach who's trying to make more sales with your one-on-one coaching packages or your programs or master classes or webinars or online courses or whatever it is that you're trying to sell or you have tried to sell in the past, then there are a few things that you must know and you must do in order to see this increase in sales. And guess what? In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you 3 ways that if you take and implement right now, I promise you, you will see more sales the next time you make your offer. But the trick here is you must take action. The thought is not what counts. You have to take action to be able to see results. So if you're just going to listen to this and do nothing about it, then move on and find another video. But if you're ready to actually take action, then this is the right video for you. Hi, welcome back to my channel. I'm Muna and I'm so happy to have you here. If you're new here or if you've been here before, make sure you subscribe, you like, so you get notified every time I release a new video, and also to help me reach more people and help more coaches. So let's get right into it with the first thing. And the first thing is so obvious, but we sometimes miss it. And that is you have to be in love with your offer. Now, just to clarify things, when I say the word offer, I mean anything that you're trying to sell, whether it's the one-on-one packages or programs or live events or whatever it is. Let's just call that an offer for the sake of this video. And you, my friend, have to be so in love with your offer that this love and energy shines through. Now, a mistake that I see a lot of coaches make, and a mistake that I made myself, is creating an offer and writing down what it's about and the price and whatever, and being kind of okay with it, and then presenting it to clients, whether it's through a call or on social media or here on YouTube or wherever they try to sell this product or this offer. But they themselves are not 100% convinced with this offer. They themselves are not 100% sold on the offer. Now, think about it logically. Would you go buy any product or service from someone, but especially a service or a coaching package from someone who doesn't seem confident in what they're selling you, who doesn't seem excited about the offer that they're giving you? Probably not. Because your clients need to know that this offer is going to be great for them. And for them to feel that, then your energy has to come through with excitement. And that is not possible unless you yourself are really convinced and you have worked through your offer to get to the point where if you had seen this offer and if you are your ideal client, that you would jump on it, that you would be so excited by it. And if you look in front of you right now and look at your offer and you think, well, I'm not so sure, then it's time to go back to the drawing board. I'm not saying scratch everything. I'm saying how can you learn how to articulate this offer, how to articulate and explain what the results of your offer are going to be for your clients. How can you explain to them with excitement and with confidence what joining your program or getting coached by you will give them in the future? You have to be 100% sold on it before anyone will be sold on it as well. So this very first way is really the simplest way, but sometimes we tend to just try to sell anything and then we get discouraged and deflated because nobody's buying, and maybe we even start blaming them, like people don't get what I'm trying to sell, or people don't have money, or maybe it's because the price is too high, and we start thinking all of these thoughts where really we can simplify and go back to our messaging, go back to the words that we're using to describe our offer, to describe and explain to them what they will get out of this offer. Making that small tweak there, it sounds small, but it really is the most important thing. And then you will start seeing that people are getting just as excited as you are about your offer. If you think about it, you know, a lot of people say, oh, my business is like my baby. And I've talked about this before, and I said, well, have you ever had a baby? Or do you have a baby right now? and what does a baby need, and how does a baby live? Babies are literally incapable of surviving without us, and they are 100% dependent on you. So what I teach my clients and what I try to implement as well in my own business is to stop thinking about my business as my baby, because I want this business to be able to run eventually completely on its own. And I've been able to achieve that more and more through automations and funnels and all of these things. And this work does take time, but I want you to start switching that idea, my business is my baby, to the baby eventually grows and we don't want it to stay your baby. But if we were to look at that metaphor, like your business is your baby. Now, have you ever seen a mom of a newborn, or maybe they're still toddlers, they're so young, and you ask about their kids? How do they talk about their kids? They talk about all of their accomplishments. Oh my God, she said, Mama, she's a genius. Or she pressed the remote button on the right, I don't know, she did something amazing. You're so amazed and in love with your baby. So taking that metaphor a step further, what if our offer was our baby? Where anytime somebody asks you about your offer, you get that excited about it. Oh my God, you know, I will be talking about this in week 1 and this in week 2, or in my coaching, this is the framework that I use. You need to talk about it like you are in love with it. And you have to actually be in love with it. I'm not saying pretend to be in love with it. And if you're not, then go back to the drawing board and fall in love with your offer. And that is the first step to getting other people to fall in love with your offer as well, and to put their credit card and pay you for this program. The second way to increase sales in your next offer is to have a deadline. Now, I know you might be resistant to it. I was resistant to, and maybe you're thinking that, and it's logical, that if the offer didn't have a deadline and it's always available, then of course more people will buy. Maybe they won't buy today, maybe they'll buy next week, maybe they'll buy next month, but you keep it open for them to buy whenever they want. I really get that logical reasoning. But from experience, I've learned this from many coaches and mentors, and I didn't listen in the beginning, and I left my offers and my courses open for anyone to buy at any time. But I've learned through trial and error that when you have a deadline, what you're actually doing for your clients is a favor. And the favor is you create an environment for them to make a decision. When the offer is available at any point, at any day of the year, then they're not eager to make a decision right now. Then your course or your coaching or your program becomes something that they will maybe buy someday, one day, I'll see. But when there is a deadline that you need to let me know by next Tuesday because I'm closing the doors to enrollment, or I'm not taking any more clients after Tuesday, or whatever it is, then you will put your clients in a situation where they have to make a decision. Whether it's a yes or a no, it's easier for them now to decide. You think about it as well. If you're interested in joining a fitness program and it's always available, you keep seeing the coach promoting it over and over on social media, you might be interested and you think, you know what, maybe next month, maybe when I get my next paycheck, or when, I don't know, my family travels, or, you know, there's always an excuse for the delay. But if you really like this coach and you really believe on what she or he is teaching, and this coach comes and tells you, you have to make a decision. If you're joining us, you need to decide by tomorrow, because then that's it, it's over. What are the chances of you then making the decision? Of course, that is if you want that offer, right? So the belief that having no deadline will bring in more people has been proven time and time again to be wrong and to be a myth. The fact is, the shorter the window of time for your clients to sign up for whatever offer you have out there, the more people will actually sign up. I've tried this. I've even tried opening a course for 8 days and then opening the same course a quarter later for 4 days. And in those 4 days, I was able to make more sales than the 7. Not because the offer was different, but because I gave them a deadline. It's almost like you're doing them a favor. So don't think that you are doing anything wrong by creating a deadline. Now, a bonus tip here. Explain to people why there is a deadline, because we know there's so many marketing tactics out there that are a bit shady, and this fake scarcity of, oh my god, the doors are going to close or seats are limited, and that's fake. And I don't want you to be fake. I want you to explain why you're closing the doors, and you can come up with any reason that is 100% honest and genuine for you. So for example, I'm in the middle of a launch right now for a very exciting program that, one, I am in love with, step number one, and I really believe in it, and I believe it will help my clients, and I've worked really hard on articulating that and explaining it to my client. And second, I think the reason that it's doing well is because there's a very tight deadline. It's only 5 days, and then enrollment doors close. And I have explained to my clients that the reason that I want to close enrollment is because I want to get all of my members in, my people in on a certain day, because I want to kick off the program the week after, and I don't want people to be trickling in after that. Explaining why you have a deadline will make it sound more genuine and more honest. So make sure that you do that. Don't just put a number for no reason. Always explain it. And if you can't, then keep asking yourself, why do I have this deadline? And come up with a great idea and explain that very well with your messaging and your copy. Cool? Speaking of copy and messaging, this is one of the main ingredients that every online coaching business needs in order to grow and to be successful. And copywriting is a very important ingredient. There are 7 more ingredients that I shared in a free resource that I'm giving out. You can grab that from the link underneath this video to find out what the other 7 ingredients are. The people who have received this and the coaches who have received this have given me amazing feedback about the simplicity of it and about understanding what do I really need in order to grow my business. So if you want to grab this free resource, you can get it from the link underneath this video. Now, let's get to the third way that you can increase sales with your next offer or with your existing offer. And that is to share your price last. Now, I want you to understand something. When you go back to the drawing board and you do the things that we've talked about, you fall in love with your offer and you create a deadline for it. Now, you've spent time thinking about this, you've spent time writing this, you've hopefully spent time practicing the pitch and how you're going to talk about it. And it would be such a waste if you go directly to share the price before you talk about the offer and what it will do for people, and once again the transformation that it's going to give them. You've spent all of this time crafting this beautiful offer, and if you present your price first, you might lose people right away who immediately think this is too expensive for them or this is outside their budget. But if you present your offer first and you explain it with the excitement and the confidence that we've talked about, and you've made it so attractive and almost irresistible, then the price becomes secondary. Then you start talking, and hopefully in your offer you talk about that, about the objections that people might have to the price. If you start with the price immediately, again, you might lose people from the get-go, and you don't get a chance to really talk about that beauty that you are creating or that you have created. I know it's very tempting when somebody asks you or they send you a DM, like, how much is that, when you just talk about it once? And I know it's tempting to just give them the price, but I promise you, I've tried this and I've lost people immediately because they didn't know what the offer is about. Because if I say I have four sessions or a coaching package, 4 sessions, and that's all I say, and then I give them the price, but without talking about what will happen in these sessions, what I'm going to be teaching, the framework I'm going to be following, the transformation that they're going to be getting, then any price will be expensive. So the price really becomes secondary after you've presented your offer. I promise you that. Now, again, because I love bonuses, another tip here is when you're presenting your offer, if you have a bonus in mind, let's say, if you get this offer, I'll give you an extra call for free, or I'll give you this old program that I had, I'll add that to this new program and you can watch it whenever you want, or whatever kind of bonus that you have. One mistake that I used to make, and I saw a big difference after I stopped making that mistake, is that present the bonus that you're going to give with that offer after the price. So first, you do the whole offer, you talk about it, and you can make that as long or as short as you want, as long as you keep the main messages front and center and you explain that very well. So you make your offer, then you say your price, and as people are thinking and debating and sitting on the fence, now you tell them, and by the way, on top of that, I'm offering you XYZ. I'm giving you an extra session. I'm giving you an extra 90-minute call. I'm offering you whatever extra that you're giving them. Or I'm offering you your money back guarantee, but you say that after you've presented the price. Because now people have listened to the offer and they're interested because they're still listening. And now they got the price and they're like, do I want this? Do I not want this? And now you push them. You push them a little bit with this extra bonus. So this is your last bonus tip from me today. I really hope these 3 simple ways. First, fall in love with your offer, really fall in love with it. You have to be sold on it before anybody else can be sold on it. The second thing is have a deadline. If you're resistant to it, just try it out 1 time or 2 times and then come back and tell me if it helped with making more sales for you. And number 3 is present your offer last. Don't say it in the beginning. And the bonus tip here is to give them the bonus or whatever extra gift you're giving them after you've presented the price. I hope you find this helpful, and I can't wait to hear from you and to hear that you have made more sales on your current or future offers. Leave me a comment and let me know how that's going. And if there's any topic that you want me to specifically address and talk about, then please let me know in the comments or email me, and I'll make sure that that topic is covered on our channel. Thank you for spending your time with me and for being here all of this time, and I wish you all of the success, and I'll see you next week.